You're listening to Back to Us Radio on the Back to Us Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuned into Table Talk Radio with Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson. Comedian Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson. Back to us.
I forgot to grab my mic. I was so into the Periscope, I forgot that I needed this microphone in order to make this broadcast happen. What's up, everybody? This is Comedian Reggie Jackson coming to you with Table Talk, as always, with my good friend David Young, comedian David Young.
Hey.
What's up, Dave? What's been happening?
Not much. Are you, can you, like, swap between the front and back camera with that on a moment's notice?
Periscope.
Interesting. I need to look into that.
We're Periscoping right now.
Yeah.
Periscope is the business because it's live. That's the reason I love Periscope so much.
Yeah, we talked about it on the last episode like 3 weeks ago, and I still haven't looked at it.
Periscope is the bee's wax.
That looks pretty cool.
We haven't been on the air in what?
Like 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Something like that,
sorry about that, everybody. And next month's going to be a little suspect. But the good news is, starting in October, we are going to go back out on the road with Table Talk. So you guys are going to be able to actually come to the restaurant, hang out with us, jump on the air, and be a part of the action with Table Talk in person.
That is going to be awesome.
And we're going to be able to eat food again, not just stuff that I'm making.
Yeah.
I went to one of the restaurants that I'm scouting. We're trying to do the Edgewood location. That's going to be where we're going to be having all of our spots, because there's a lot of restaurants on Edgewood.
Yeah.
And a lot of really great restaurants. And I went into one the other day, Corner Tavern, and was trying to, they had Taco Monday. They rebuked Taco Tuesday and just decided to go with Taco Monday.
That doesn't really ring.
And it doesn't go together. It doesn't really go. But so I tried some of their tacos, and they were absolutely delicious. So I'm excited about that. I'm gonna switch over and jump back on Periscope in a minute. I'm gonna stop the broadcast right now, so because my arm's hurting and I need to look at my list of things to talk about. Okay, thanks.
We should get like some kind of prop so you can like set your arm up or something, or maybe a selfie stick that you can rest against.
Not a selfie stick, but I need to get a tripod for my iPhone. Yeah, which is what it is. But yeah, that's what I need to do. All right. So since we've been here last time, my best friend Shasta has gotten married. Applause, applause, applause. She got married on the 1st of August, which was a couple of weeks ago. And the night before at the rehearsal dinner, after the rehearsal dinner, which was very expensive and really delicious, it was at a place called Cafe 111, I think, in our hometown. And it was like
no idea.
A hibachi, like Asian infusion kind of situation.
That sounds good. There is no real shitty hibachi anywhere, is there? Like it's.
Oh, I don't know. Remember we were talking about that place on the West End that got closed down recently that was a hibachi restaurant that was a buffet. They didn't get shut down, but they got like a 2 on their...
Oh, wow.
On their, whatever it is.
I don't think I heard about that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so yes, you can.
Okay.
To answer your question, have bad hibachi. So we ate there, and then afterwards we went back to the hotel, and it was like just... maybe 30 people in her suite, like the whole wedding party, some of his groomsmen, like my friend Jermaine, I haven't seen in years, and we were taking shots and smoking weed and just drinking, and I woke up the next morning and was like, that was a real bad idea because now I have to get ready for this wedding. And then the wedding was very hectic. Shasta was yelling at pretty much everybody.
That seems like every wedding behind the scenes.
I just tried to stay out of her way, and I got party platters. That was my job. Here's some food. Some food. Some cheese wrap prosciutto. Maybe some. That make you feel better?
Pacify everybody.
I tried to hand her a mimosa, and she goes, I don't want that. And I was like, oh, my God. I don't know what's going on right now.
This is the only time anyone's ever reacted like that to a mimosa.
A mimosa is the most bitch-tamey drink you can drink. It's not like I was like, here, have some tequila. No, I was like, you want some champs with a little OJ in it?
There's
No,
never a bad time for that.
I don't. I'm not even going to get a buzz off of that. I'm just angry thinking about it. So, but then the wedding was gorgeous. They did it in a old department store downtown in Johnson City called the King Building. Coincidentally, they have a new microbrewery in there and pizza place that I did not get to try, but it smelled great, and I was glad to see that they were doing that. And so the wedding happened, and then I guess it was about 9 o'clock, and I says to myself, Self, you've had 7 shots of Fireball, and it's only 9 o'clock. Maybe you should pump the brakes. But you know what myself said? Mm-mm. I'm just going to keep on drinking.
At that point, it's hard to pump the brakes. There's still like 3 hours left. You got to go.
I did my speech. I was nervous about, as many years as I've been doing stand-up, coming up on 10 years, and I really rarely never get nervous in front of a crowd, but that was different because there were kids there.
Wait,
was her mom there.
You did a speech after 9 shots of Fireball, or was that a different?
No, I did it before.
Oh, okay.
No, I did the speech shortly. I didn't take one shot before I got on that mic.
Oh, good.
True story, real talk.
So you weren't blackout drunk in front of kids?
No, yes, but that was later in the evening.
Okay.
You should be asleep anyway. Kids.
Yeah.
So then, I gave my speech, got hammered drunk. The food was great. I ate because I hadn't eaten anything all day, I ate all of my food very quickly, like I was poor and had never eaten food in my life. And then we left the wedding and went back to my friend Nicole's house, where I proceeded to get into a fight with a redneck dude.
Oh.
Some random guy. And the thing about it is, you know me, Dave. I don't typically go for people.
Yeah.
But racist old redneck men really make me angry. So every once in a while when I'm drunk, I feel like I have to teach them something. And so that's how I was feeling that night. And so the guy comes over. He's a friend of our friend Ann's that's there. And I don't remember much about it. Oh, yeah, and we had liquor from the wedding that was at the house, too. So I was still taking shots of Fireball. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. Why would I stop? Why? Just keep drinking. And the dude, the only thing I remember him saying to me was, "You're mean." And I went in on him like old school, like really beef battle style. Like on some old, if you don't get your old Charlie Brown looking ass up out of this motherfucker, if you don't get your old goddamn, I ain't never wore a shoe that didn't come from Walmart looking ass motherfucker. If you don't get the fuck out of here with them old goddamn camouflage, fucking nasty ass boxers with the skid marks. Like I went in on this man. So much so that he left. He left my friend there that he was supposed to take home and said, "I'll give you cab money."
How long did he just sit there and take that?
I don't know, but I periscoped it, which was even funnier because the next day when I got up, I looked on my Periscope and it said, ... and I watched it and it was me going in on him, and I was being really mean. On the Periscope, I said to him, I guess Anna went in the house, and I was like, "You need to leave before she gets back." I'm like, who are you right now? Like, why are you talking to this man this way? I went in on that dude. I was so angry with him, and you're mean. Apparently that's my trigger. When I'm drunk, don't say
call
you're
you mean.
Don't you call me mean. I show it to you. I'm going to show you. And so I wake up the next morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, and I actually feel good for how much I've drank. I'm surprised. I'm confused. Why am I up? We had spent over $100 on stuff to make brunch. I made French toast with some oatmeal bread that was stupid delicious. Sausage, mounds and mounds of sausage, mound and mounds of bacon, like the real bacon. I made eggs. I'd say all this to say, there's like maybe 6, 7 girls there. Everybody gets up. We're drunk. We're eating. They're like, "Why are you in a good mood?" I'm making Bloody Marys for people. They're like, "What is wrong with you?" And I ate that food. And an hour after I ate that food, my stomach said, "Listen, everybody from brunch, get the fuck out." Mm-hmm. Everybody from brunch. Orange juice, out of here. Go. French toast, go. Go. Eggs, you too. Bacon, definitely. Sausage, that was the hardest one.
Ugh.
It was.
Gross.
I threw up twice that day, and it wasn't even like a normal throw up. It was like I had an exorcism.
Because of the Fireball. That's not regular whiskey. That shit's gross.
It is the worst. It's got like chemicals in it, and
that'll actually light your stomach lining on fire.
Right. I was in bed till 5 o'clock the next day, and my friend Danielle, who I was riding home with, came in there and said, "We've got to go back to Atlanta. I have to be at work in the morning." But I went by. There's a restaurant called Pal's that's in like Northeast Tennessee, and it's just like a little standalone country kind of place that has like lime green and like weird colors and a big hot dog and a big soda on top. Anyway, whatever. Greasy food, check. Delicious, check. And I had a Powell's burger, and I was in check after that. I had one of the best hot dogs I ever had in my life.
Yeah.
But there was a little country store I used to go to with my parents back home. My dad, like every Saturday, and he would get me a great big orange pop, and I was excited because he would let me drink the whole thing, and it was a lot of soda. And but I went back there and had a hot dog the Friday morning before I headed back to Johnson City, and it was the best hot dog I've ever had in my life.
Was it because of the toppings or the quality
chili.
of meat? Yeah,
it was definitely that chili, and I don't really get that a lot anywhere but back home. But back home, they really steam the shit out of their hot dog buns, and I like it better. I don't know why I do. I just do. I'm just saying.
No.
Huh.
Okay.
But I had a rough spot with my parents while I was home. I texted you.
You did.
That was pretty bad. I had been home for 15 minutes, and my dad asked me if I was pregnant or getting fat.
That's so messed up.
And I cried, and he got mad at me because I cried and said, well, if I can't talk to you about nothing, I'm not going to talk to you about nothing. And did not speak. I was only there for a day. And did not speak to me until the next morning.
Because you wouldn't take an insult to the face.
I guess because I cried, because I had feelings. This tells you anything about my upbringing. And then the next morning picked a fight with me at breakfast.
Wow.
Over gay marriage. And I went in my bedroom and cried again for another 30 minutes. And I'm like, I'm here less than 24 hours.
Damn.
I'm fat and all my friends suck. Is that what you're saying?
Wow.
Great. Appreciate that. So, anyway, yeah. So the wedding was the business, basically, other than my dad being a jerk to me. I had an amazing weekend.
Wow.
Yep.
How
was your trip?
My trip was amazing, and I didn't come away with all that many stories so much as just the visuals and the pictures.
That picture from the Seattle, from the needle that you posted today with the flowers.
Oh, yeah.
That's beautiful. It was so pretty.
Thank you. That's on my Instagram, which I keep plugging.
That 6 people still care about.
Yeah.
You take such dope pictures. I'm so mad that you don't have more fun. Go follow Dave.
Let me plug that right now
Do
instead of
it.
at the end of the show. Okay, so the Instagram name is Defiant, which is DEFYENT. And the picture I posted today was of the Space Needle in Seattle with some glass sculpted flowers like flowing beneath it.
It's extra pretty. I didn't know they were fake until I read your...
Yeah. That was a whole glass museum, the Chihuly Museum. There's a guy whose last name is Chihuly. I forget his first name, and he's just got some amazing glass sculptures that are like positioned all over the world. I first saw him in the Bahamas, and my mom pointed it out, and she was like, "Hey, you should look this guy up. He's worth knowing about." And then I saw that museum was in Seattle, and it was right next to the Space Needle, and I thought, I can't miss this. This is probably going to be great, and it really was.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you started off in San Francisco.
No, I started off in L.A.
Okay.
I flew in from Atlanta to L.A., and I met up with my friend who lives in L.A. now, originally from Virginia, and he and I hung out. We got off the plane, and we saw it was going to be an hour and a half in traffic to get from LAX to his house. So instead of doing that shit, we decided to go straight to Venice Beach, where we relaxed on the beach for a little bit, got some ice cream, some greasy food, watched some skateboarders do tricks, watched some skateboarders bust their ass, and then hung out, and left L.A., and then we went to San Francisco. We drove all along the Pacific Coast Highway, which is consistently rated one of the top road trips there is. So that was beautiful. Got to San Francisco, hung out there for a little bit with his friend who works for Google and my friend who I met in Machu Picchu, of all places. She lives there. And then went all the way up the Pacific Coast Highway to Portland and Seattle, and then flew back.
Nice.
Yep. And we rented a convertible 2015 bright red Camaro, which I'm getting glares from my girlfriend about right now.
Well, I wish she would jump on the mic because your girlfriend just took an amazing trip as well.
It's true.
Why are you mad about the convertible?
Because I told him, like, I was like, oh, you're going to California. Well, I feel like some LA girls might be thirsty. So I was like, well, at least you're not.
Girl, they're thirsty everywhere.
I know, but
But he is a Jewish dude in a drop top.
I
So
know.
the LA bitches
So-
are really on
and
that.
he's cute. So I was just like, well.